Kope. Another one for the monsters. I'm going to start on the humanoids. What's up? Should know that. I just made it. Humanoids. Kobolds. I can't stand the little scaly, yippy dogs. Kobolds. Used to, like. But somewhere along the line, I just made them more like folklore. And since I hate gnomes so much, I made them gnome-like. Yep, they look like gnomes. Little red hats, or other types of hats, sometimes skulls. Little pants, and little utility belts or aprons with wrenches and stuff because they love traps. Because they're physically weak and cowardly, unless they got numbers. They rely on traps to wear you down or ambush. And since I made them resemble the gnome, I made them practical jokers. But practical joker was in the vein of Saul. So instead of bees in my pocket or my rations are filled with soap, it's poison and buzzsaw traps, little giggling lunatics who would normally resemble something like a Goosebumps. So think about the Goosebumps gnomes, but their scaliness is like a yellow jaundiced skin that flakes. They have a weird smell to them. Their beards are unkept. Their hands clawed, kind of like claws of like a hag, where they're just like normal. They look kind of human or demi-humanish, except they're twisted, and their eyes. I gave them soulless black eyes, like black-eyed kids. If you're in the supernatural stuff, you know what I'm talking about. So seeing them, you're like, oh no, doesn't look right. It's a perversion, chaotic version of a gnome. Now they can be reasoned with. They fear the strong, so you can dominate them, make allies with them. They're decent miners, but they're avarice, they're conniving, and they take delight in other creatures' pain and suffering. Like a gnome. So just think of just the most vile version of a perversion of a gnome, and that's why I made kobolds. And that's why gnomes and kobolds hate each other, because canonically, in the old D&D, gnomes and kobolds, because they were in the same general topography or environments, they hated each other, they loathed each other. And since I made them like a perversion of gnomes, it makes more sense. They smell funny. There's just something not right with that guy. You could trade with them. You could even have casual relations with the little dudes. But their pranks can get you killed. And they'll think it's funny. And when you die, they'll strip your body, take everything from you, because you just couldn't take a joke. They're creatures of chaos. I originally did that concept for Stonehail, because Stonehail warps, perverts, and gets loonier as you go down. But then I just applied it to all my kobolds, because I never liked the little yippy dragonkin kobold. I'm a sorcerer kobold. I'm a kobold with wings. And no, you're meant to be an introductory monster that everyone loathes and despises, not something that progressively just will be something you can fight all the way up to X level. And then I was always inspired by Tucker's Kobold to just make them just little ambush monsters, but they'll flee. And I don't know, I've done that in one of the woody encounter areas I had in my place, and it was cursed, and people said don't trust the gnomes. They get there, it's kobolds that look like gnomes, and they would, here comes 30 slings. We fire back, we go after them, they run away. You want to run in 5 different directions chasing a bunch of kobolds. After they kill 1 or 2 and realize they have just coppers and silvers in their pocket, they don't really care. They just hate them. So any chance they got to visit destruction upon the kobolds, they did. That's really all I got to say about it. And they puts it more in line with folklore. In the folklore, gnomes, kobolds are almost interchangeable in some cultures, but the kobolds, the names you give them when they're just vile and mean, And when they're helpful or cute on a TV show, then they're a gnome. But I gave them the black-eyed kid eyes. I think I actually saw a black-eyed kid once. I was in Cincinnati, out and about at 3 in the morning, up to no good. And I saw this kid over by the street lot, 3 in the morning. Looked like an 8 or 10-year-old man, the hoodie on. And as soon as I laid eyes on him, I just felt unease in my stomach. I didn't get close enough to find out if they had black eyes or whatever, but you ever just catch a glance at something and it just makes every hair on your body raise up and you're sick to your stomach? That was that. So I stared for a minute, looked away, looked at my dash, looked at my watch, looked back, the little shit was gone. No way they could cover that amount of ground. So it was kind of creepy. I believe in supernatural and oddball stuff, so I just chalk that up one of those unexplainable things that you're going to encounter if you move around enough and you're paying attention. And that's terrifying. There's a reason all these people disappear and never seen again. But kobolds, I'm curious if you guys do your kobolds like that, or they just the hippie dog men from BX that just are annoying. More later.